All right, the recording is on. Here we go. It's another week to be with you guys. Thank you so much as always. And I don't know where you are and what the temperature is today, but for me, when I was out and about walking the dogs, it said it felt like it was negative 17. It was so cold. So those of you that are like, Kelly, you're wearing a tank top. Like, where are you? Is it warm? No, it's actually freezing. However, I cranked the heat up on my house to feel like I'm warm. So how's that? Um, but this is pretty interesting. I've been talking a lot about like your habits and your personality and who you are. And today I am coming to you boldly to challenge you on your identity and your habits. So I just listened to a podcast from James Clear. I love him from Atomic Habits. If you haven't read Atomic Habits, you got to read that book. That's all I'm saying. You've got to read that book. But let me go over a few things with you guys today. And this was what today's podcast is really all about. And tell me if you embody any of these. When we talk about our habits, we want to have a new goal. It is the new year, it's the new season. We're looking for new goals and what do we want and who are we? So if we have the goal of we want to make $1 million, if we have a goal of we want to lose 20 pounds, you have to kind of like that is the end in mind. Think about the end in mind, okay? That's Stephen Covey. Rest his soul. So if we say, all right, how am I going to create from the end and back it up to reverse engineer what I want, what am I going to do? So you can implement habits, but the habits need to be part of your identity. So either you need to check your identity or you need to reassess your habits. So you might be like, I am just not following Kelly. Let's back up from the beginning. If I say my identity is a healthy person, I'm a healthy person. I'm into longevity, of course. Therefore, when I'm building habits for health and wellness, they match my identity of this well longevity person. That I eat clean, that I work out, that I stay hydrated, that you following me? But if you're not quite the healthy person you want because you need better sleep, you not need, you really are desiring better sleep and more energy and 20 pounds weight loss. Okay, well, then I haven't been that identity of this real, vibrant, vivacious person. But now I want to be. So you either can embody the habits of what you are currently, which is somebody that might not always follow through, somebody that doesn't eat clean, somebody that eats a little bit too much sugar, someone who goes to bed way too late. Or, so you have to change your habits to say, I'm going to go to bed earlier. I'm going to nourish myself. And it's kind of like what comes first. You can start to change the habits, but you might think, oh, that's not really my identity. I always snack late at night. Right? And you fall back and you don't follow through with those new habits. So I think sometimes that's harder. But if you embody the identity now, even though you don't have the energy you want, the weight loss you want, you say, I make choices because I am a healthy person. I am full of energy. I am light. I love my clothes and how I look and feel in my clothes. Embody that now so that your behaviors become so easy. Your habits are like, well, of course I do this because I'm a healthy person. Like, why wouldn't I do this? Let me give you an example of somebody that smokes. I don't smoke. I hope this lands for you guys. And if you're listening to me, you probably don't smoke either, but I think you'll follow me. Okay. There's two different people. They're both have the same goal of stopping smoking. We got that? Okay. So somebody comes up to the both of them and says, hey, you want a cigarette? And one person says, I'm no thanks. I'm trying to quit. And the other person says, no thanks. I don't smoke. And this goes on for a year. Who do you think is actually going to be successful in not smoking? The person that says, I don't smoke, that's the new identity, or the person that says, I'm trying to stop smoking? Right. Absolutely. This one is so clear with the identity of I don't smoke. So whether you're trying to boost your goals in sales this year, make more money, get a raise, get promoted, whether you're trying to improve your relationships, get to the healthiest version of you this year, you've got to embody that. Now, as I've said before, there's neuroscience that if you actually do it in the evening time and sleep on that embodiment, when you wake up in the morning, that's like infuse your cells all night long of your new embodiment. So it's a little bit easier in the morning before you even put your feet on the floor to be able to say to yourself, I'm a healthy person. Or maybe you're saying, I don't smoke. Or maybe you're saying, oh my gosh, I'm getting promoted this year. Or I've already been so successful in my business that my income is doubling this year. And then what you choose to do in the day, those habits, that stack, right? And they're so small that it's easy to do. And there's a reward with it. Like, oh, I feel better. I've got better energy. Oh, yeah. Like, maybe it's I'm gonna dress a little better because you know you're making more money and you know you're getting promoted. So the habit of dressing a little better already embodies that person. I hope you're really following me. There's this big movement of habits, embodiment, identity, and I don't think any of us stop and ask ourselves, what is my identity? Have you journaled on it? Have you thought about it? I will tell you, this year for me, I have mastered it. I have not only thought about it, I've embodied it, I've infused it, I've been dreaming about it, I've been, doing the behaviors to get me to my successes for 2026 and beyond because it's my new identity, right? I'm a successful business owner and I have a lot of new identity and big goals and accomplishments and achievements that are already happening. And I want this for you too. So this could just be another podcast. It could just be another episode that you listen to Kellie. Or you could say, oh my gosh, it's been the missing piece. Why haven't I really thought of this before? Or I know there's habits and I know habit stacking and I know I need to change things, but I've never really looked at my identity. That identity will help literally flush your mind of the thoughts that you want and the feelings that you want to feel. Because most of the time, everybody out there is saying it's not the thing. You don't want the $1,000,000. You don't want the shiny car. You really don't want this gorgeous, beautiful body. But what you want is how it's going to make you feel. So in your embodiment and your thoughts, you're already feeling it because you're already thinking it because you're already being it. And if your thoughts and feelings are that it's already here for you, your actions and behaviors are going to follow suit. So your habits are going to follow suit. If you want to do more in business, you're going to make those 100 calls a day. If you want to make sure you're losing weight, you're going to get your steps in every day. If you want to repair your relationship with somebody, you're going to be taking those steps to repairing that relationship with that person and finally getting, counseling or the coaching or start talking to them to get that relationship repaired. But you've got to have the identity. Because if you don't, just like those two individuals that are both trying to stop smoking, the one who's trying isn't embodying that person. And therefore, their actions they're taking, the thoughts and feelings, are not going to help that person be successful in achieving that because it's the person whom you are, right? Resolutions and goals are things that are meant to be not met. They're not easy, okay, great, done. It's the process that's done. And in the action of getting to work to make it done, embody it today. Embody it already. So here's your homework from this podcast. I want you guys to say and write down, take 10 minutes, put on some fun casual music you love, maybe get yourself a cup of hot tea or coffee, and journal. Whom is that person? Whatever your goals are, your wishes are, whom is that person? Who am I? I am that. And after after you get clear, all right? Only after you get clear on this embodiment of this identity, do I want you to write down a couple micro habits. Habits that are so easy, you just do them. They're not hard, they're not complicated. They're not like you want to go start pickleball and you have to drive 30 minutes away and you don't have, the I don't know, the clothes, the shoes, the racket, the whatever. No, no, no. Make something easy that I'm going to put on my walking shoes and I'm going to walk 10 laps around my house. No matter what the weather is, I can do it. I've got 10 minutes before work. It's so easy. No matter what the weather is, I'm going to stand on my vibe plate for 10 minutes and I'm going to do 4 yoga poses. It's just so easy. And then I jump in the shower. And then you're going to start stacking some other habits. Maybe while you're doing your vibe plate, you're doing some breath work. Maybe after you're doing your yoga stretching, you're like, oh my gosh, now I'm doing a little nervous system regulation. Maybe you have an evening wind down routine. And instead of watching one more Netflix episode, you tell yourself, if it's after 9, or if the next show is going to take me after 9, I don't watch it. And instead, you go do your nervous system regulation, followed by a little breath work and a relaxing shower, and you read for 20 minutes before you go to bed. Wouldn't that routine help you with a deeper sleep? Wouldn't that routine embody the healthy person that's full of energy and vivacious and everyone wants to be around you? You're just the light because you've slept to do the job, to wake up feeling fabulous, and you've embodied the person, and now you are. I hope this is really helpful because embodiment is one thing when we sit down for our goals. Embodiment's not a goal. I want to lose the weight. I want to make more money. I want to have a better relationship with my partner. That's the goal. You didn't even think about who are the person you currently are, and is that current person have the identity to achieve those goals? I don't know. So let's reverse engineer where your goal is and your identity of who you are so we can build those small habits through the year. So it is guaranteed you hit those goals at the end of the year because you've embodied and created the habits of that individual. Deal? All right, you guys, as always, I love being here with you every single week. Thank you so much. There is really big things happening. We're going to be doing some embodiment of an energy, an upgrade energy party. It's going to happen for a couple weeks with Dr. Heidi and I. So be watching for that because you're going to be a part of this. It's going to help you embody the person that you are. You definitely don't want to miss. Over on the podcast side, go look down into the show notes. If you're overlooking at any of my social, then be sure to check the link in bio for being a part of the energy upgrade party. You are not going to want to miss. Until next week, I'll see you guys soon.